Hello, welcome to Rob's Gaming Table. I'm Mel, and today on the table I'm going to be continuing, I guess we can call it part 2 of painting Levyrax the dragon that comes in the expansion from Descent Legends of the Dark Betrayer's War. We started this in last week's stream. We're going to continue painting. We have some armor, we have some other details to do, and then we have the entire building or house that the dragon is standing on. So we're going to paint today. We're going to see how far we get and just continue the process. Thank you so much to everybody that has followed along on this painting series of Descent. It's been really fun to paint through the box on stream, and I hope to continue to do that by painting the characters next. Again, we have started the game without the characters from this expansion painted because the characters are the same from the base game. So we're just using those for now. But I do want to paint these characters so we can switch them up. They do have different weapons, different stances. So I do want to paint those up in the future. So thank you guys so much for watching and for hanging out with me while I paint through this. Thank you. Hello. Marie, hello. Larry, go, Mel, go. Thank you. Thank you. Sean, hello. Will our heroes find victory tonight? We shall die on the sword with House Rob. Not playing tonight, painting tonight, but you never know. And then says, aha, yeah, painting, my bad. I thought you were playing tonight, Mel. Nope, not playing tonight. We are painting tonight. We realize that this game doesn't really fit on a weeknight, especially on a weeknight with Kyle. It's kind of a challenge. We never know how long these scenarios are going to go, as we saw when we initially tried to play this on a weeknight with Kyle. It's kind of undetermined. We don't know how long it's going to go. So we've decided that this is going to be more of a Rob and I on the weekend where we can dedicate like a whole day. We don't have a time clock. We really like to enjoy this, to explore chests, to check bookcases, all those kind of things. And if we're feeling rushed, then that doesn't make the game as fun and we can't show it in its full potential. So, we're excited to play through this on the weekends and kind of dedicate a whole day to it. I think our last stream was over 5 hours playing this, where we played through episode number 1. If you haven't seen that, you can check the channel page for that. And we will be continuing that. I don't think any streams are scheduled, but stay tuned for the channel. But we will be continuing that in the near future. Mr. Wayham says, hello, hi, everyone. Hi. Larry says, woohoo, made it. Well, at least for a bit. Till I have to go. No worries. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I guess we'll get started. We are going to be continuing to paint. Now, I did want to show you one quick thing. We were last time we were painting, we were looking at an image that Fantasy Flight posted, and I was kind of using that, but again, it's kind of blocked by a big Descent logo. So I did take for us the box. Let me just actually move this dragon out of the way, which has very good art on it. It doesn't have art of the house that he's standing on or the castle that he's standing on, but does have good art of the dragon. And so far we've kind of been following this color scheme of some greens, some metal armor, but it has the color of the gems, which we'll try to follow suit for those. I like how the armor in the box, like it's darker underneath and then it has kind of highlighted the edges, which I do intend to do. So I will kind of try to follow along with that. So this is what I'm using as image. Not going to bring it up on screen because this picture is better. If we need to show it again, I can just pull this box in. So I just have it sitting in front of me as kind of a guide. But again, this dragon, other than like those gems, there's not much other than the dragon colors itself, the armor colors itself. So we don't really need to use it too much for, I don't need to bring it up on stream too much. So Ninja Art, hello. Good evening, Mel. Good evening. Just finished painting the monsters from the Monster Hunter world on my end. Oh, fun. Monster Hunter world. That's not The Witcher, right? Monster Hunter from The Witcher, or is that like a full separate game? Sorry, I just have to move my, should have checked that. Okay. So I think I'm going to start with some of the armor. I don't have a stand to hold this, so I have to kind of handle it just with my hands. So I'm going to start with the armor. Hopefully that can dry a little bit. Then I can handle the wings and we can do some of the crumbling buildings. So for the armor, I want to use, so I'm going to use 2 colors, but one to start. I'm going to use this broadsword silver. No, change of mind. I'm going to use this enhanced steel. I think this is a little bit of a darker. And then I'm going to use the polished silver as an outline on the raised edges. So as a highlight. So we'll start with this enhanced steel. Oh, full separate game. Oh, same devs. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. How was everybody's weekend? Did everybody have a good weekend? Alrighty. So I know, hopefully I won't reopen my cuts. I know I had so many little like micro cuts or whatever you want to call them. I'll try to handle it better. I don't know. But yeah, it definitely was painful. Definitely was painful. So I am going to go over these gems that are in the center because I will go over them with actual Army Painter paint instead of the speed paints. So I will be able to cover that up, and then it'll be easier than trying to then go the silver around the armor color around that. So I'm just going to kind of just slap this all on. Matthew, hi, how's it going? Great weekend, restful, lots of food, pizza, pepperoni and pineapple, yum. Oh, nice, nice. We didn't have any pizza this weekend. That's nice. Restful weekends are always the best, right? Sometimes it's kind of annoying when you're like, oh, I didn't do anything at all, but rest or, binge watch TV. But sometimes you just need those weekends, especially now, I think, because the holidays are coming. It'll be busy. Colder weather's coming. You don't really want to like go hang out outside. So, Mr. Wayham says, I'm searching my attic trying to find my Games Workshop LOTR miniatures. Oh, you stored them somewhere now you can't find them? Oh, slowly working your way towards holiday vacation. I sure hope you guys have some too. So I have 3 weeks, 3 weeks vacation that I will be taking. Um, Coming up, I cannot wait. I don't take a lot of time off during the year, so I take usually some time off when we go to Gen Con. Other than that, I take, a couple days here and there. I also, at the beginning of this year, had what we call banked hours, which was time that I had worked last year that I didn't get to use vacation for because last year, so in 2022, I was working on something where I was working a lot of overtime. I don't know if some of you that have been around for the channel might remember us talking about that. I was working a lot of overtime in 2022. A lot of weekends, well, even like after streams. So I banked a lot of hours. So I still have 2 weeks of vacation to use up this year because I had to use up some of that bank time at the beginning of the year. And then our work shuts down for 1 week between Christmas and New Year's. So because I usually try to pad on any extra vacation that I have so I can take like an extra long vacation. So I will have 3 weeks coming up. So I'm just trying to get through to that, where it'll be fun because Rob and I will be able to do some daytime streams during the week. But we also do intend to take some time off around the holidays as well. We never stream on Christmas. Like we have that for family time. Hang out with our daughter, see Christmas lights. Sometimes we have family stuff to do that day. And then we don't ever usually stream Boxing Day either, which is the day after Christmas. So yeah, but other than that, I'm not really sure what we'll take for vacation around the holidays. But yes, definitely looking forward to that and like, counting down the days until we can not focus on work. Potentially too, it would be cool to have maybe a daytime paint stream during that time. But yeah, I love taking time around the holidays. It's hard to go back to work though. After you're off for like it's hard to go back to work even if you're off for a week, but after you're off for like 3 weeks, then going back to work is a tough challenge. Like you do not want to be at work after that when you come back from that. Jacko, hi, how's it going? Hi all, exhausting weekend, 2-day cheer competition with my daughter. Oh, how did she do in the competition? Hopefully well. That's awesome. You're a cheer dad. Love that. My niece does cheer. That is cute. I'm sure that's busy too, right? Because you probably have to drive pretty far for that. Ow. Oh, Ninja Art says you have 3 weeks too. I know, isn't that so nice? I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Does yours start soon? Or I guess, or do you have to wait till closer to Christmas? Like, do you have time starting before the holidays, after? Kind of a mix between both? I have kind of like a mix between both, so I'm good. Oh, Matthew says, I played Mind Bug the card game. Not a bad game. Pretty simple but fun. Oh, yeah, we saw that at Gen Con. Looks cool. Yeah. Matthew, I hear in the Discord you have been having some trouble with your exit advent calendar. I have to say, I started, so we've been doing, my daughter and I, Chelsea, we have been going through, we've done only 3 days. We didn't do today's yet because she had school and then the stream, and she had something to do after school. So we haven't done today's. But I agree with you that it is a little bit, the very first one, I had to kind of look up a couple hints. But then after I got the hang of like what they're wanting us to do, it gets a little bit easier. So I say stick with it, even though it's kind of frustrating. IX Green Lantern 41. Thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome, welcome. So stick with it. But I love, oh, you're pulling your hair out. No, 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 no. You can do it. You can do it. I think once you get your mind wrapped around like what you need to do and how you have to kind of like think outside of the box per se. I think you'll get the hang of it. But it's so fun. It was funny because we did yesterday's day 3. We're doing the Hunt for the Golden Book, if anybody cares. That's one that we're doing, and we did day 3 yesterday, and it was funny because we did that one quite quick. That one was an easy riddle for us, anyways. And she looked at me and was like, "Well, like that's it? Can we do the next one?" I'm like, "No, some of them are easy and they only take a few minutes, and some of them might take a little bit longer." But it's funny. I was thinking about streaming it initially. I was going to, but then she really wanted to do that with me, and she doesn't want to be on stream, which is fair. So I was like, yeah, no, no, it's fine. We'll just have this bonding time, and we'll do this calendar. But stick with it. You can do it. You can do it. You'll feel so good at the end of the holiday when you've completed the whole thing. And it's not. There's no shame in looking at the hint book. I don't think. Some of them are harder than others. And I also have her helping me, so it's like a different mindset. So you're doing it by yourself. So no shame. You're good. But I do love that everybody's posting their how they're doing on theirs, and everybody's doing different ones, which is awesome. Is this the last mini of this game? Kind of. Technically the last mini I have to do, but there's 6 characters, but they're the same characters as the base game. So I don't need to do them, but I think I will just for completeness. Um, I have them primed up and ready to go off to the side. So also it'll help like, keep the painting streams going, keep me accountable, keep me consistent. And I'm pretty confident this dragon will show up in the next couple of scenarios that we do. So I really want to make sure that it's ready for that. Oh, first comp, all teams place second, LOL. Just a 4-hour drive this time. Oh, okay. 4 hours not too bad. It's still a long time, but that's good. It's always fun to watch your kids do some sort of activity that they have been like working up towards. So, like watching kids do routines or play sports or any like academic teams or clubs. It's always cool to see plays. Did anyone ask for any new board games for the holidays? from any kind of significant other, family, friends, Secret Santa. I think the armor just really, really makes this dragon look cool. Slice 99, that steel is a great color. I agree. And once I put the once I do the highlight around it too, I think that'll look even better. Yeah, it's definitely looking awesome. Yeah, so this steel is the Army Painter Speed Paint Metallics. I really like it. Yeah, the building looks like it's gonna be hard, a lot of detail. Yeah, so what I was thinking about doing was kind of doing like the crumbling stone one color, maybe like a gray or something like a gray brick, or I'm not sure. And then the roof, I was thinking about doing like a brown, and then kind of thinking about some of the other details of how I will pop those out. I don't know, but I think um, because there's so much detail, I feel like the speed paints are really going to make that pop by itself, but we'll see when we put that on what that looks like. All right, you may not be able to see this for one quick second. Okay. Dry brush, yes, I definitely intend to dry brush to kind of highlight that for sure. Just trying to figure out how to get in here. Some weird angles, sorry. So awkward in some of these spots. Okay, there you go. Gonna be pretty exciting when this bad boy hits the table during gameplay. Oh, definitely. Definitely. I agree with you 100%. I mean, I guess it depends though. If it's on one of those risers, and as we saw in the first episode, how it built up so high, um, might be might be awkward because this is already tall already. It's almost the size of the box, like standing up. So, uh, it would be interesting, yeah. But I have a feeling that when we play against this guy, it'll just be kind of maybe on like one level, not like four or five like we were on when we were playing on the weekend. All right, I think we just have to do the metal or the armor up here and on the arms. I wonder if there's going to be a scenario where we see both dragons, this one and the one from the base game. That could be kind of interesting. That'll be a challenge and a half. How long have I been painting miniatures? Since I don't remember exactly the time. It kind of all blends together, but it was during COVID and it was like pretty close into the start of COVID. So I would probably say June or July-ish of 2020. I mean, when did Jaws of the Lion come out? Maybe it was a little bit later because that was one of the first that was kind of like the first game that I had painted or like dabbled with other than when I started like way back when just for fun painting some zombicide stuff. Um, but it was more so like to give our daughter a project. We didn't even think at all that it would turn into me actually painting minis. Yeah, so I have to look at when Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion came out. And I think COVID, we were kind of stuck inside, something to do, kind of like, oh, this is a new little hobby. It was fun. Once I started to see some of the minis on the game table and then on stream, I was like, oh, those look really cool when they're painted. So it kind of gave me motivation to keep going. Um, so a few years, I did take, there was 1 year though, again, I think that was probably mainly during part of 2021 into 2022 that I didn't paint very much at all because of just long hours and some overtime that I was doing from work. So I didn't really paint much at all that year. So it feels nice to kind of be back at it more regularly now. And now I pretty much paint almost, not all, but almost everything that we use on stream. Oh, Gloomhaven was 2020 release. Okay, yeah. So it was probably like mid 2020 was when I would say I started. And we were initially starting by painting bases just so that, oh, July, that makes so much sense. So I probably started like July, August then instead of June, July. That was a good guess on my part. We initially were painting just the bases of like characters that we were playing, just so you could tell the difference on stream. Hi, White Rabbit. Hello, how are you doing? I'm doing well. I hope you are too. We would just paint the bases so you guys could see who was who. It was easier to tell with the gray blobs of plastic. And then with Jaws of the Lion, actually, Rob painted the minis first. He's the one that started. And then he had not painted the Demolitionist just because of how small it was, and he was kind of with his. He says he has shakier hands, so he asked me if I would help with that one, and then I did. So I did that one. He did all the rest. And then he asked me to like touch up something, so I did that. And I was like, well, this is kind of fun. And then again, like I said, you see them on stream, and you're like, okay, that looks pretty cool on stream. And then I'm like, okay, let me try my hand at another game. Can't remember what that one was, what the second game was that I painted, but tried another game, was like, oh, okay, I actually like this. So then we said, okay, well, let's look into getting just like a paint set and some brushes just on Amazon, nothing fancy, because again, we didn't know how long I was going to do it or if I was actually going to like to do it. So we got from Army Painter, we just got a probably like, I don't know, 50 pack or something that had a whole bunch of different colors in it. And it was just an Army Painter set that I thought was, maybe it was even less than, maybe it was maybe like 25 paints, but it was kind of like a starter kit for me. And then I got, some brushes on Amazon. And then slowly I've just been building up my collection because now we know I obviously like painting. So now every time I go to a game store or anytime I go anywhere that they sell paint supplies, instantly Rob goes looks at the games and I go look at the paint supplies. And I have a little list of anything that I need or any colors that I may hear about or I see someone else use and I'm like, oh, I don't have a color like that. I like that. And then I pick them up. So I guess, yeah. So, wow. So about 3 years I've been painting. That's crazy. But again, it's all just table ready minis, just for fun. Nothing crazy. Nothing for nothing for judging, nothing for even really displaying, all just table ready. I know then speed paints came out and it was like a totally different ball game. I barely go back to painting with full regular acrylic paints anymore. I mean, even speed paints, and like Rob jokes all the time and says like, I'm still slow even with speed paints because I take my time instead of the intended just like, slap it on and keep going. But I'm trying to get better. Like I'm not a perfectionist, but when it comes to painting, I kind of am. It feels weird. Oh, thank you so much, Matthew says. Mel, you can stop being so modest. Your painting is incredible. Thank you. No, but I do want to say like that's my painting is for table ready. I want them to look cool on stream. I want you guys to be able to see what's what from above while we're playing. I'm definitely happy with them. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I definitely am happy with what I this one's awkward. What I can do, especially when you look at it and it's like, oh, that's what it was before. Um, but hopefully, again, as I continue to learn new techniques and skills, it just keeps getting better and better and better. Do you know offhand the mini holders you use to hang on to the minis while you paint? Yes, I do. I have, they are just Citadel. I have, these are I think these are just the regular ones. And then I have one that is a large base, so it can hold bigger ones. It can fit this one, but this dragon is just too heavy that once you put it on, it just flops over. So yeah, they're the Citadel. There's other brands and other kinds based on what you're looking for, but those ones were just reasonably priced at my local game store. So I bought four because I like to kind of paint in batches. So I have four of those ones, and then I have one of the larger size. Because I don't ever tend to be doing more than one large mini at a time, and if I am, then I'll just switch them. Oh yeah, Matthew says Citadel is the one that you have. Yeah, that's the same. Tell Rob you don't do the dip method. You want it to look nice. LOL. Yes, yes, that is true. I don't do the dip method. We've joked about that. I mean, some I probably could because we like for the amount that we actually play, it's not actually worth to paint it, but now even with the speed paint, so for example, the what was it called? Expeditions that I painted on stream. You can, plug for myself. You can find that on the channel if you're interested. I did paint those like each mini one solid color. We got them all done one night. It's definitely cool. So even I know it's like a joke about the dip method, but you could even just paint all one color, the mini all one color, call it a day. Still looks better than it did before with the speed paints. So, okay, I think we got all the metal. I'm just gonna quickly like, you know, go all around different areas, make sure I didn't miss anything. I can go back if I did. I missed a small little spot, might even be hard to see, in here with the scales, so I'll fix that in a bit. Okay, I think we got all the armor done. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. Mr. Ram says, I'm going to get some speed paints. Lots of elves and goblins from the Lord of the Rings to paint. Yes, yes. Oh, see, Mitch, I didn't see you come in. Hello, hello. Mel's painting is very beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. You bought yours on Amazon. Yeah, Matthew bought his thing on Amazon. What's the difference? Sadie says, what's the difference about speed paints? Give me 1 second and then I will definitely go over that. I'm going to do all of the nails now, and I'm just going to use this light flesh color to do that. So the speed paints are kind of advertised as like a one-stop shopping for your mini. So you base it in a white and off-white. You can zenithal if you want. And It will do the base coat and kind of the wash or highlight kind or like the wash all at once. So for this mini, I haven't done anything except for base coating on it. I mean, it's hard to tell. Maybe it's easier on like up here. You can see that it kind of already looks like it has like a little bit of a wash on it. There's some details in, or like in here, you can see that, and that's just speed paint. So it's kind of like a one coat and done, at least for table ready. So, and that's what I like. Table ready, so that we can just get the games to the table and we can play. David, hello. Hi, Mel says, love seeing that you're doing a painting stream when I go to paint. Oh, wonderful. I love that you are painting with me as well. Love that. Love that. Oh, and Jackal says, I did the one color with some of the final girl bosses. Perfect. That's perfect. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna do under the nail. So they have, it has like a nail, and then above the nail is almost like an armor. How can I show this so you guys can see? See, like that. So I'm gonna do the nail first, let that dry, so then I can go over again with the metal. This is not the right brush for what I was gonna do. Okay. Yeah, I know I go on and on about speed paints. Like I love them. I love them. I just feel like it has quickened the amount of time it takes me to paint anyways. Be the right color actually. I feel like it's too light. Maybe it's okay. I might just have to do 2 coats on this. Yeah, I probably have to do 2 coats. That's okay. You know what? I do like the bone speed paint, yes, but because it's a lot more of a flat surface, I wanted to use something not speed paint. You know, and even, no, I think I need to go a darker color. I don't know that I'm liking that. Maybe I go with, maybe I go with this one that's called Troll Claws. Maybe that actually is what I need. And then I'll just let the claws dry and I'll come back to those. This just didn't feel like it's dark enough for what I want. Yeah, the speed paints I love, but in some situations I feel like they're maybe not what I want to use. Over on the feet, I did the nails with the speed paint just, for simplicity, but I may have to go over them again because you can kind of see, how can we, there we go. You can kind of see the green through, and I don't like that, so, but it'll be fine over the white. I'm just painting the dragon's nails at the moment. Oh, that's the color of your nails. Nice. Match the dragon. Love it. Love it. Okay, then let's do all of the wings. Yeah, this is much more of what I was going for. That's perfect. Yeah, looks much better. At least that's going to stand out more for sure. That's the one thing that I really like about painting is like the trial and error that I do. It's like I try something like, I don't love that. Yeah, I like this troll claws. This one I picked up separately. I just wanted a different kind of color that I can use for, like a zombie flesh or claws, talons, things like that. That was a little bit darker than some of the other colors that I had. Yeah, I like this one. The coverage I think is nice on it as well. Like it's pretty good coverage. So in most cases you can just do like a one coat, especially if you're using it over a white. Yeah, I definitely like that. I think that stands out, like, especially looking at it the way it was before. I like that. Awesome, awesome. Okay. Just doing some of these details because again, I don't have a base for this one that I can use. So once I've done some of these details while it's drying, I can start working on the castle that's at the bottom and I can kind of more have that flat or even like laying down or something. So just trying to get some of these details done so then I'll be able to handle it and let them dry while I do other areas. Okay, let's do the other side. Are you going to put a wash over the claws or would that defeat the purpose of using this BB? No, I could put a wash over the claws for sure and see what happens. Um, especially if we want to make it more like dingy and like dirty look, we can definitely use like a dark wash over it. The only thing is that when we're putting the wash over the flat surface, like there's no real recesses for it to get into um, to cause like shading or anything, but it would cause like a shade kind of around where the claw meets the wing. How long does speed paint take to dry? Now, I don't have, I should like do like a small little test to try and see. Um, Not long. Like all my metal that I've done is like completely dry, I think. Yeah, like all that metal that I've already done is completely dry already. Now, I don't know if it depends too on like the atmosphere of your house and like if it's drier or like more moist in your house, like all that plays a factor. But I've never had an issue, especially painting something in a larger scale, of having this bead paint dry and kind of like move around the mini as things are drying. But I try to be cautious of that. So I will paint one area, letting that dry, move on to the next. Um, but I don't know officially how long, but I would say like 10, 15 minutes. Um, Now, if I was going to put a wash over it, or if I was going to use a speed paint, or yeah, if I was going to put a wash over it or a dry brush, I would let it dry a little bit longer than that, just to make sure I'm not like pulling any of that paint off when I do that. But for the most part, I think it dries pretty quickly. At least in like where I paint, it's pretty fast. But Matthew, you were asking about putting a wash on the claws or like the spikes here. I don't know what you call, like, I guess like the points of the wings here. I think adding the wash, I think could kind of help to blend the two where they meet, because sometimes it's hard to make like a nice straight line. So adding that wash will kind of just help blend them together if your line wasn't straight or it was like a little bit messier. Okay, I'm still trying to think of what color to do these like little raised bumps in the wings. These little bumps. I'm trying to think if I should go like a dark or if I should go like a lighter color. Thinking on that one. Can you buy metallic speed paint separately? It depends. If your game store has like the speed paint displays. Oh, I touched something, so I'm not sure where I need to fix. You might be able to. So in mine, where I buy mine, they have the displays and I can pick anything, like any colors that I want, because I think they open the boxes and put all them out. So I don't know if you can on like Army Painter's site or if you have to buy it only in the set. But I know like at local game stores where they have big Army Painter displays, you should be able to. I know I can. Yeah, they do have a metallic starter set that you can buy, and that is what I have. I don't have them all in because I have some of them off to the side, but it just comes with, I think, what, 10, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 10 different. So you have some golds, some bronzes and coppers, and then you have some more bronzes. And then I have, I think, 3 silvers. So it's what you see here, and then plus 3 silvers are in that set. I don't remember the price of it, but oh, you can buy them separately on their site. Oh, there you go. Okay, perfect. So yep, you can buy them separate. That's awesome. Yeah, because you might not want everything in the starter set. And in the expeditions, I used 5 of the different ones from the starter set because I just wanted to see kind of what they did. And I like them. Okay, I think we let, this is the one I think I keep touching here. Okay, let's let that dry for a minute. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is the underbelly of the dragon and the scales that are on the feet. I had originally in our first stream kind of talked about using like a darker green on that, but I've changed my mind completely. And I think I'm going to use like a lighter green. I have this one. It's kind of what I was thinking. This is malignant green. I was thinking about this one because I think it'll be a lot lighter, which the underbelly is usually a lot lighter. So I'm going to try that, I think. This one has some sediment in the bottom, so I just got to really. When am I going to try my hand in basing, says Matthew. I don't know that I'm going to. I don't know that I'm going to. Like, it seems like a fun idea. I don't know. All right, I just want to see. So I'm going to just put this on a tiny spot. I might add, so I just want to see what this is going to look like. No. Nope, 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 nope. That looks like baby poop. Okay, no, we don't want that. I'm just getting that off of there. Okay, let's add something to that. I don't like that. Let's maybe, I don't want it to be too dark, so let's add a little bit of this algae green. See if we can kind of change that. We can change that up a little bit. This is a little bit more of a darker color because that just kind of looked awful. Too easy for Mel Rob Shop? No, we don't have any basing stuff. I do look at it though. Honestly, I do. When I go to our local game store, they have sections of it because they sell a lot of like war games and things like that. So I do look at it all the time. And I'm like, oh, that would be kind of fun. But then it's like, oh, how is that going to sit in the box when it's all based up? I don't know. Just seems, I don't know. Okay, let me look at this. Okay, I think, let me move it out of the way. I still don't know that that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, it's still kind of like, okay. Okay, we're going with something else. We're going with something else. I don't like that. You're right. It looks like puke green. Again, trialing and error. Or trial and error on live on stream here. This puke green has like gotten all over my hands too. Like I don't even know how that happened. Alrighty. Okay, change of plans. We're not using that one. Definitely not. Okay, what about, we're gonna try something else. We're gonna try one other thing. We're gonna try this camel cloak. So this one is kind of like army green-ish a little bit with these two. Oh, you bought a basing starter set, but you have not used it. Oh, that's fun. Okay, I have to find something. Maybe I have something else I can use that ugly color for. Okay, let's not put so much in case I don't like this. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Anybody that bases, do you have trouble like putting them back in the box so that it doesn't get ruined? That was one of the things I always thought, like how are we going to do that so that it doesn't get ruined? Okay, I think this is better than what we had before. Hold on one sec. Hard to tell with the lights, but I think I like this better. It doesn't look like puke. Okay. Locator, how are you doing? Hi. We are doing part 2 of dragon painting. Trying to mix another green so that I can paint the underbelly. All right, I think we've got something that's decent here. Yeah, I'm liking that. Okay, so yeah, back to the basing search set. First of all, I didn't know that they had like a starter set. That sounds like something interesting. This will need to stay on the shelf for sure. I know I'm thinking the same thing. This This is the biggest mini that I've painted. This is kind of epic for me. So I'm kind of excited. I'm liking the way it's turning out. Um, so yeah, I think I'm kind of agreeing with you. I don't really have right now a shelf to display minis on. Um, I'll have to figure out what that is, but potentially it can even just be like in the background of the stream would be kind of neat to have the minis that I've painted be kind of displayed there. That'd be kind of neat. Putting that over that one because it's a slightly different color. But yeah, I actually don't display any of the minis that I've painted yet. It's something that I think about. This color looks better. There's some colors I think that look better to the eye than they do on camera, and I think that's just because of the lights. Because this looks much better in person than it does on camera. Also, too, I find that some of the speed paints look a little bit different before they dry, so hopefully, but I am liking this. So oh, most custom basing minis have to be stored differently, like in foam trays or metal sheets, with magnets on the bottom of the mini or in a display case. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Like, we just kind of put them back in the box, right? So if you're basing them, like, doesn't all that stuff fall off? Like, it's all over the box. But yeah, I guess like if you're painting minis to display, like that makes so much more sense to have like cool bases. Like, how cool it would be if you're playing like, let's say, okay, I'm thinking about Frosthaven, for example. So those minis have like snow or something on the base. Like that would look so cool. But then it's like, how am I storing this? Like, I guess I could put it back in the little individual box between each session, but yeah, so that's kind of why I've never really gotten into it. The first game I thought about even doing it was Star Wars Imperial Assault. When I painted those, I used, that's an older game, so there was lots of reference material online. So I had seen some really, really cool displays. And that's kind of when I was like, oh, how cool would that be to like put like rock or grass? But yeah, so that was the first one I kind of looked into. And then it kind of was like, I don't know that it's worth it. Like again, for table ready minis, you don't need to have them like based. I mean, it would look amazing, I'm sure. But so maybe that would change if I was ever displaying minis. Okay. I do like that actually. I don't know what I was doing here. Like, why did I not paint that at all? I guess I'm doing it um, this underbelly color. I think that was what my intent was. Yes, Rob does airbrush the primer on. Oh, no, I didn't touch it. Okay. trying not to get it on the house or the castle that the dragon is standing on, but not like succeeding in that. All right. Okay. Dropping minis. Okay, I just need to do the same to the scales on the feet. And then maybe we'll go on to the gems and then the castle. And then we'll be able to kind of do some detail. Then there's a bunch of spikes all down the tail that we'll have to do as well with that troll claw. But we'll let all this dry first. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the gems. And again, I'm just using the reference from the game. So it looks like we have a light blue, a purple, a red, and a darker blue. So that's kind of what I am going to mimic here. So for the light blue, no, not that one. I want this one. Void Shield Blue I will use. To give Rob some credit here, that's pretty cool. I have a Citadel primer rotating handle to prime multiple minis at a time, but I have to take them outside and can prime them. Yeah, so here, because we live in Canada, sometimes like we can't prime minis outside because it's too cold. So that's the original reason that we even got the airbrush. So yeah, that's some of these I haven't used for a while. So we will prime them so that we can do it inside. Now that I paint a lot more. All right, so we're gonna just go over this first gem with this Void Warden Blue. Okay, so that's our first one. Our next one is purple. So for that one, trying to find like kind of like brighter colors. Let's use this violet. Oh, look, it just says I had to ship a mini I did for someone recently that had custom basing, and I was really worried about some of the stuff getting damaged, but it arrived okay. I used more glue than normal. Oh, Mr. Wayham has a question. Has anyone got the Arkham Horror LCG miniatures off Etsy? We do not. I don't know if anyone in the chat can chime into that. Rob's good vibes mantra went to hell pretty quickly last stream. LOL, stupid pillars. I know it definitely is a challenge, right? Trying to um, put all of the puzzle pieces together. That is the terrain of descent. That's for sure. That's funny. Oh, Michael says I prefer can priming to airbrush. I I agree with you. I get what you're saying. It does lay on the mini differently. So I get what you're saying. Oh, is there? Oh no. One, two. Oh, there's only three on this one. But yet on the Oh, I see what I did. I think. Yep, I see what I did. Okay. So let's look at this. We have a dragon that's kind of like off to the side. So the blue one is actually on the shoulder. Then it starts with purple. So I'll just redo that blue one and fix that. We'll just go over the blue one with purple after. That's fine. So this one's actually supposed to be blue. I probably should have looked at it before I started putting paint on. That's fine. Okay, so we'll just let that dry a minute and then we'll go back and we'll put on purple over this one. No problem. How top heavy is this dragon? It's very top heavy. I'll show you. So I put it on this base, which it does fit on the base, no problem. Okay, so and it just like falls right off. It's very top heavy. Next we need red. Let's use oops. We'll use this dragon red for our red one. Oh, look, it says, I held out for 20 years without getting an airbrush, but now I love it. Yeah, I definitely love it for sure. That Rob is able to prime minis in the winter for me, which is great. Oh, we have a clog. We have a clog. Yeah, the terrain is a pain in descent. Like, it's cool visually, but it can be a pain for sure. Did you ever start your exit game advent calendar? I did. I did. So I was talking about at the beginning of the stream. David's asking that question. I did. It's so fun. So I am doing that with Chelsea. That's my daughter. She wanted to join me in solving those riddles. So we've done up to day 3. I haven't done day 4 yet because I had to work this morning. She had school and then streaming. So we'll do that tonight. But oh my God, it's so fun. She loves it. The puzzles are fun. She didn't really care for the prologue. There's like a little prologue. She didn't really care for that, but that's fine. She wanted to get to the puzzles. But yeah, I like even yesterday, like first thing when we wake up, she's like, "Can we do the advent calendar?" It's like, "Yep, we can." So yeah, it's definitely really fun. Definitely we'll be getting one next year as well. And hopefully she'll still wanna do that with me. But yeah, I love it. So I already like doing puzzles like that to begin with. And then, you know, that bonding with kids, always good as long as they want to do something with you. You're like, okay, sure, let's do it. So it's nice for her to be able to join me with that and be excited about it. The first puzzle that we did, we're doing the Hunt for the Golden Book. That's the one that we're doing. The first puzzle we did was kind of tough, and we had to look up like a hint. But then we were able to kind of like, oh, we see what this is actually wanting us to do. And then from there, like it's been a lot more simple. Even the puzzle that we did yesterday was super simple. We were able to figure it out pretty quickly, no hints or anything. And then she was like, "Oh, that's it? We're done?" I'm like, "Yeah, well, some of them only take like a few minutes and then others take a long time." Not a long time, but like they're only supposed to be like 5 minutes, right, of your day. Unless they're more of a challenge and you need a little bit more help. But so yeah, I have the Hunt for the Golden Book is the one that we're doing. And producer Janet, she picked that up for me at Gen Con. And I was saying in the Discord, like, it's the best present I've ever got. It is amazing. So fun. And to be able to do that with her is just amazing. Like, yeah, I love it. It's very fun. Okay, and then we need a dark blue is our last crystal. Oh, and it looks like the other one is blue on the other shoulder, which is great. So now we need a dark blue. Let's go with blue. Maybe we go with this deep blue. Michael says, I have an airbrush and love it. I just don't use it to prime. Oh, you use it for painting. That's awesome. That kind of scares me, but that's awesome. Oh, this one's clogged up too. Haven't used these ones in a while. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to do light blue on the other shoulder as well. Oh, Dave said I did the Golden Book last year. That one was super fun the whole time. Oh, that's awesome. And you're doing the Silent Storm one this year. That's awesome. So I'm definitely going to be picking up the next one. So I don't know that you need to do them in order. I don't think that matters. So we'll just pick up like whatever the next one that we can find. Because I feel like they sell out pretty quickly. Oh, Matthew, you're doing the Silent Storm. Oh, Mr. Wayham says it's 12:48 a.m. here in the UK. So bye, everyone. See you later. Thank you so much. Have a good sleep. And then we play games with my brother and his wife, so my sister-in-law, and she had messaged me that she was getting one for my brother. I don't know which one she got him, so I have to follow up and see which one he got and how he's liking it. I'm just doing like a quick second coat on here. Yeah, Jacko says the Golden Book prologue is a lot. Watching the game night playthrough, yeah, it was a lot. It was like a couple of pages, and then when you get into like day one, you have to read whatever that is first, and then also before the prologue, we started reading through all of like the instructions on like kind of how to play and how to use the little decoder. All right, I'm just gonna get a. Oh, you know what? Actually, I have the troll claws. What I'm going to do is for the teeth, I'm going to use the Troll Claws because it kind of has that yellowy undertone and I don't want pearly whites on our dragon here. So we'll use the same Troll Claws that we already have. And I just have a detail brush, which is like super, super tiny. I'm just going to put a little bit of paint on the brush and just kind of like almost like dry brush the teeth. So I'm just going to do that while we continue to talk about the calendars. Chances are I'm not very smart in math. You know, don't say that. Sean says, what I do, Mel, to keep the minis from falling over is grab a few flat metal washers, place them on the bottom, hot glue in place place that possibly keep them from tipping over. Oh, probably should have done that before I finished, but I think we're okay now. But yeah, it's definitely top heavy for sure. I never really thought about like top heavy minis, what I should do. You look at them and you're like, oh, that will fit on the base I have, so it's fine. But Jacko, I have to agree. Jacko says, Matthew's rant on Discord is well worth the price of admission. Oh my gosh. Matthew, I think it was yesterday, right? He was like losing it. It was so funny. I read through it too. It is funny. Okay, and then I'm just kind of, like I said, just kind of dry brushing the teeth just to give a little bit of color and detail to the face. They don't have to be perfect. Again, like dragon's teeth aren't perfect, so it's all good. Yeah, when we were doing the day, what day was it that we were doing? Oh, I feel like it was day one's puzzle for the silence, or not for the silent storm, you guys have that one, for the golden book. There's one thing that happened. It was so funny. Like me and my daughter were like literally crying. We were laughing so hard from this thing. I think it was the day one puzzle. Now they start to blend together. It's definitely really fun. Now, did the game night, did they do the entire thing on stream? That was what we had thought we would probably do, but then once she said she wanted to do it with me, I was like, "Oh, okay, well, I'll do that with her instead." And then maybe next year I'll get one to do on stream. We can do with you guys. But also we were worried about spoilers, right? Like if everyone's doing it, we could wait, I guess, to the 24th and then just do the whole thing so everybody's already done theirs. But it'd be cool to do like, I don't know, little shorts or something where like a few minutes of us like solving the puzzles each day or all at the end. I don't know. We weren't really sure how we were going to do it because we also had never done one before to know what was like what was entailed, to know if it was even something that we could stream. So maybe next year we can. Oh, they're doing a short 20 to 30 minute stream a day. And that's what we were kind of thinking too. But okay, so maybe we do that next year then. That's cool. I guess they're not doing live, right? They don't do they do live? No. So they probably can record like a couple in one sitting. Like we do live, so it'd be more of a challenge. But okay, the teeth definitely like just pop the face, which is awesome. What I'm also going to do while I'm just kind of doing some of this detail is I'm just going to get a little bit of a bright yellow. Where is... We'll use this one here, this demonic yellow, and I'm just going to use that in the eyes. Oh, see, Mitch has the Lego. I like the Lego advent calendars. Oh, I think my daughter's asking for one of those too. Yeah, and White Rabbit says that's great. They have something to do together. Can I ask how old she is now? If not, it's fine. Oh, no, no, that's fine. She is 14. So yeah, she's kind of at that age where like, I'm not cool. Like she doesn't really want to do stuff with me too much unless it's what she wants. But it's nice to be able to have that like little bonding time. That's why it was hard to like pass up when she's like, I want to do it too. Like, oh, okay, then we will do it together. Oh yeah, you can see that. Okay. Yeah, exactly. To do anything she wants. Yeah, I know, right? Usually it's just like, can you take me shopping? So when it's anything other than that, it's like, yep, for sure, because you can't get that time back with them. They grow up so fast. And even though it's only like 5, 10 minutes a day, it's still nice. But now that I know for next year, I'll just get maybe one to do on stream and then, because I think there's 3 of them, right? All right. We got some eyes now. Eyes and teeth. Okay. You know what? I'm going to also use a little bit of this red that I already have. And I'm going to just put that on the inside of the mouth as well. I'm going to have to do a coat or two because it's going over the green. Oh. Okay, adding the details is really making me feel excited that it's actually starting to come together. Oh, Jacko says exactly. Mine will be 12 in a few weeks. Anything she wants to do with dad. I know, right? It's like if they want to do something, you're like, yeah, sure. Because you never know when eventually it just stops. All right, we're going to start working on the house. Like this dragon is starting to look awesome. I'm super excited. I also feel like it looks better in person than it does on video, but that might just be me. Okay, we're going to start with the base now. I think for the crumbling building, I'm thinking about just using like a gray and then maybe a brown for the roof, like kind of like the shingles. Or should I do vice versa? Should I do brown for the building bricks and then the roof gray? I'm still unsure. Still unsure. While I think for a minute, I'm just going to fix up where I have this green. I'm just going to use matte white over that so that I can fix that up. Janet, hello. Oh, now that you're done painting for tonight, you can chat. Oh, thank you, Janet. Again, thank you so much. We were talking about the advent calendar. Thank you so, so much. Again, best present I've ever gotten. It's amazing. Janet, what were you painting today? If anybody has any recommendations, if I should do the bricks brown, the roof gray, or the roof, or the opposite of what I was just saying my brain is. not working anymore, I guess. I'm still unsure, like, I guess it doesn't really matter, right? Because you can have like gray brick or brown brick, like old timey, right? Or like, I guess I'm assuming like, not old timey, but back in the day, would it be like all brown brick? Okay, now that we have covered that, all right. Oh, we're painting Dune Imperium, the deluxe set minis. Awesome. Oh, you were listening. So glad your daughter's enjoying it. She's loving it. Loving it. Yeah. Gray building with a reddish brown roof, maybe. Okay. So then we will go with the Gravelord Gray, which I think I have out. Yes. Gravelord Gray will be our building. I'm just going to flip this over. Do you have a reddish brown color? I do not in the speed paint, but I can make one. I can just add some red to a brown that I already have. Try to throw them on the floor. Oh, until she gets to day 23 and has a Matthew meltdown. Oh no, then she won't want to do next year's. That's thing. Hardened leather, in speed paint line. Yes, hardened leather does have a little bit of a red undertone. You're right. You're right. And that would be more for the roof. All right, we're gonna start with this Gravelord Gray. I'm gonna start on this side. We'll do all this crumbling side. I think I can probably just lay it down. That would probably be the easiest. And I don't have to, or just kind of like angle it like this. This might be darker than we intended, but it's okay. I think it dries a little bit lighter than it goes on. I think the speed paint is perfect for textures like this with all the rock. Yeah, I could do a light gray dry brush to lighten up if I want. Yeah, we'll see what it looks like once it's dry. That'll probably add some more texture to it too. I mean, it does look cool already. Harder to tell, I think, on camera, but until it's dry. Building's cool looking though. It's cool how they did one side where the building is like crumbling and one side which is still standing. That's cool. Sean, that's so funny. This dragon won't have any problems finding a girl dragon. Very handsome and scary. Oh my God, that's amazing. The other thing I'm going to do while I have this Gravelord Gray out is I'm going to use this kind of as a wash over the chain link that we have here as well. Once I've done the base here, instead of using an actual wash. I like the way that it looks when I do that. Matthew said, side note, I have a coworker in New York that wants me to go to PAX in 2025, but I don't want to miss an opportunity to see Rob and Mel and all of you. Aw. I don't, we do want to go to PAX one year. I just don't know in 2025 when or how, like what conventions we'll be going to. The summer ones are definitely easier for us both to attend because my daughter's not in school, so it's easier. Like she can stay with family while we're away. But when she has school, it's a little bit more of a challenge. Yeah, one year we'd like to go to all conventions eventually. Like they're all kind of like on our list of what we would love to do. Never turning down an opportunity to game. That says Michael. Yep, that's true. So, Matthew, does your coworker game as well? And that's why? And why 2025 and not next year, 2024? Is it just financially they're planning now, which is a great. Matthew, do you plan to attend Gen Con again after you went the first time last or this year? Oh, you're going to Gen Con 2024. I've already taken that time and I'm staying longer this time. Oh, okay, nice. I don't remember what day you left on. Alrighty. Oh my gosh. I thought I just touched that. Alrighty. I think we're good. I'm going to let that kind of sit for a minute. I'm just going to do the chains in this color. And then we'll do the roof. So for me, I just like the difference in the detail. sorry, of the first one versus the second one. Like it looks a little bit more dingy, which is kind of like what I'm going for. Oh, you left Sunday morning. Oh, with a frown on your face. Oh. Yeah, it's always tough to leave something like that for sure for everybody. It's gonna be fun if we do go this year because I remember as we were planning for it, a lot more people were saying they were gonna go in 2024. So hopefully we can have a bigger group of people hanging out, gaming, meeting each other, hanging out with us, putting more faces to names, which is always fun for us. I know Rob was talking yesterday at the end of our stream about how sometimes it's hard, right, when people are talking in text to be able to get like the sarcasm or whatever that people are trying to convey. And sometimes it's hard, but once you see somebody in person, you kind of see how they interact. It's easier to then be like, "Oh, okay, yes, I get it. I get this person's sarcasm now." Oop. Try not to touch the base. All right. We got our chains done as well. Okay, so for the roof, we're gonna go with the hardened leather, what Tora was suggesting. I think it's a great idea. It has that reddish undertone to it, so we'll use the hardened leather for that. All right, and we're gonna use this on all of the roof. Um, Sean, don't encourage. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna even ask what Matthew is talking about here. We'll just imagine, I guess. Oh, almost dropped it. think that looks cool. Put it like that for one sec, just while I do the top part. And then we'll move on to the other side. Oops. So weird. The hardened leather is the only paint in the Army Painter speed paint line that like smells weird. I don't know. All the other ones I don't notice, and then when I start painting with this, I'm like, oh, stinks. Oh my God, again I did it. Keep touching different spots with this brown. Okay. I think we have our crumbling roof. All right. Next, I'm going to go back to the claws on the hands. I feel like, so other than details, like this guy is pretty much table ready once we do these claws. So then we can kind of like spend as much time as we want just, you know, doing some details, fixing things up. Which is like the fun part. I like the building as well. It's very cool. I do think I'll do a dry brush over it because I think that will be really nice with some like a light gray or something to lighten and like just kind of give some more detail. I gotta move that. This dragon's too big. I'm excited. What I want to do is next time we have like an epic terrain setup, I want to take photos with this dragon in it. Seamus says, I cannot imagine this dragon on board. I can't either, eh? It's crazy. Like, especially after the scenario setup that we had on the weekend. Like, that was so tall, so epic. Like, imagine this thing running around. All right. I know, Matthew, there's a ton of detail we can pull out, but like, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. There is some things I definitely still want to do, but yeah, it's kind of like once you get it to this kind of state, like it's kind of up to you on how much detail you want to put into it. And I'm just going to do the silver on the claws. Okay, question from Mel. If you could, for an X amount of days, to have a number of viewers over for some gaming in person, who would you have over? I know a weird question, just passing the time. No, I love your weird questions. Um, you mean people from the chat? Or like, are you talking about like who in my life? And then I can answer. If you're asking people from the chat, that'd be weird. I don't know. Not weird, but like that would be something I'd have to think about. Like there's some people that I have met in person that would be fun. But I would feel bad to like name people because I would probably forget somebody. But I think that would be so fun. Like if oh my God, I'm like touching this, not even realizing. What am I doing? Like yeah, if we could just have like a big game session, that would be so cool. And I would definitely do that. Now, oh, from the chat. Oh my gosh, I can't. It's like choosing your favorite kids. You know, you can't do that. I would forget somebody for sure. No, I would play with all anybody. Like there's nobody that I would not. Um, the question really would be like, what kind of game would I would we play with that many people? But if I was playing with like people in my life, so we play often, not often enough, but we play with my brother and sister-in-law. We game with them. I do have to say it's always fun. Like we game and play games with my niece. She's getting into games. She is 6, and that's always fun. So that'd be fun. It's always fun to play with Kyle. And I would probably say Justin again. This is like in our fictional world where he would be able to come over and game with us again. He can see. I would probably want to go back to some of the old days where we used to play. I mean, we don't really have the big groups of people anymore. Like COVID really changed a lot of things. Also, just life. Like a lot of our friends had children, got married, like so life changed and we don't play with the big groups of people anymore like we used to. I would love to like go back to that time. Like I feel like I didn't enjoy it enough, realizing that it would end eventually. And like these people would all like move on, have kids. It's harder to get big gaming sessions together. Oh my God, I don't know why this piece part here is so hard to paint. So that's probably what I would say I initially is like going back to that time when we had like our big game groups with like lots of people. We had, you know, playing different games in a night. Those are always so fun. I don't know how many of those we have streamed, but a couple of them for sure. Yeah, like a social deduction game kind of thing. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I'm not the best at those. Like you guys see me on stream. Like I'm not the best at like hiding my face. I mean, I can try my best. Like when we play the one versus many, I do my best, but it's hard. So like I don't know how long I could play that and keep a straight face, but I would try. Okay, this like I don't even know why I didn't just paint the whole thing this metal because this is terrible. I'm trying to paint under between the metal and the nail. Okay, whatever. No one's looking there, it's fine. How is Justin doing? Says White Rabbit. I mean, he is pretty much the same. Unfortunately, cannot game with us, which is sad. Hopefully things get better. He's still going through multiple surgeries. Um, ah, so, I mean, our fingers are crossed that one day maybe he can join us, but we'll see. Yeah, it's definitely hard. Like losing your sight is definitely a challenge for sure. I mean, he's always worn glasses and always, he's dealt with being colorblind. And we do our best whenever we're playing games to accommodate him in that way. Um, but yeah, it's definitely a challenge for sure. Especially because we know how much he loved to game with us, and then to be able to, or not be able to do that at all anymore is tough. Matthew says, Mel, if people meet you for the first time, they don't know if you are just smiling all the time or hiding something. What do you mean? I'm not hiding anything. This is me all the time, right? You saw me. I'm smiling all the time, no? Even when we're tired and grumpy, I'm still smiling. I just have like a pretty positive kind of person, positive attitude. Yeah, he's had multiple surgeries in his eyes. It's been very rough. This is just making me frustrated. Like I should just paint the whole finger or the whole thing metal instead. Like I don't know why I'm trying to do this. Like it's just frustrating me. Try a different brush here. I don't know. I think though, Matthew, speaking of what you were saying, I think I've always been that way, like pretty, you know, smiley, happy, positive. Maybe I shouldn't have just left these to last. Maybe that's just the problem. Oh no, I was too happy for Matthew. Matthew says, yeah, that was great for the first 72 hours. But with a hangover, I wanted the happiest to go away. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was too much for you. I'm pretty quiet though, just in general, like unless I know you. I'm pretty shy. I think that's why it took so long for me to like warm up on stream and like be comfortable. I still feel like I'm not 100% comfortable. Because I'm like a pretty shy person. It's the worst part. Oh my God. I mean, from above, you can't really tell that it's not straight and there's like mess, but oh, I don't know why that was so rough. Oh, and I totally missed one on here. Super. Super, super. Okay. Okay. Perfect, perfect. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is I just want to do a little bit of dry brushing over the metal armor. I want to kind of, I might do some edge highlighting like it is in the box. Like I really want to pop out some of the edges like that. So I'm going to do some of that. And for that, I want to use the shiniest silver I have. So I'm going to use this polished silver. Yes, Sean, that's very true. And traditionally is always the healer or supporter in nearly every game played. I know, eh? That is very true. Chelsea is shy like us, yeah. Or like me, yes. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna do some dry brushing first. We'll see what that looks like, and then maybe some edge highlighting to kind of like brighten it up in certain spots on the front. So I think I was showing you guys that I did pick up these new actual dry brushes. I've never had actual dry brushes before. I've always used makeup brushes. So I bought this little kit. I don't know if it has a name on it. I bought this one, the Golden Maple. You can barely see it because it's in like cursive. It is a miniature fine detail brush set. So it came with all these little fine brushes. And then it came with three dry brushes. So I have three different sizes. So I am going to try one for the first time ever. I've never had an actual dry brush. We're going to try one. And we're going to just put this on the armor. We're going to see what happens. Okay, we can start seeing that already compared to that side, which is kind of flat. You know what's funny, Sean, actually, you say extroverted like dad, but Rob is not really extroverted. He's pretty introverted other than like on camera. He likes his time by himself. It's funny because like I think I'm like a half and half, I think. Like I'm a little bit of both other than being shy, but if I know you, then I'm much more comfortable and I love being around people when I know them. Oh, let's not dry brush the dragon. It's a little bit of green that I missed in this one spot, so I'm just gonna, I know we did kind of like a mix on this guy, but I'm just gonna use a little bit of that orc green and kind of just fill that in. You won't even notice because it's like way back behind. It's a little bit off. It's fine. And then I think there was, oh yeah, a little bit around the hand I saw. Just do a couple little dabs. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of edge highlighting as well. And some of these, just on some of these edges here. I'm thinking actually, I will go with the, let's try some of this shining silver as kind of like a top coat over top of that other that we dry brushed. So I think this will be a little bit shinier. Again, technically it's done, but it's more so any additional details that you want to do to it at this point. I feel like you can see that with the edge highlighting on that. Looks cool. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly, I think, do on some of the arms and legs. And then I'm just going to do super quick down the back with this as well on all this armor. Okay. Okay, perfect. Now, I think there's like a few small little things that I want to do. I just want to do a dry brush or something on these little, or maybe I don't even do a dry brush. Maybe I use a brush and just quickly like dab on these little spots, almost like not scales. I'm just looking to see if I need to go over any of the claws again. I'm gonna try something. I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but I just took the orc skin that I already have. I just want to see what it looks like if I do that. Where I just kind of, just to add something. I'm gonna sneeze, sorry. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I think this is good. Just the orc skin. Just adds a little bit of detail. Yeah, orc skin boils, exactly. They're sharp though. I just want them to stick out instead of like blending into the wing. And I'm just going like rough over it. I'm not being careful at all. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Blends in nicely with the green that's already there. Do you dare do some OSL object source lighting from the stones because we have the stones, they would reflect light onto the metal armor skin. Is that going too far? That might be going too far for my skills. And like I've seen that and it looks sick, but I don't know if that's for me. I might just do a little bit of like a quick dry brush on the stones and kind of see what it looks like. And I know we were talking earlier about putting a wash over the claws, and I think I'm going to. I think that will help just tie in and blend the claws to the skin. Oh, you're just trying to stretch the stream out longer. I mean, I don't really know how to do that, so I'd have to like look into it a little bit first and maybe we can practice. I can definitely try for another stream. I'm also not opposed to if I learn how to do something like testing it out on this. So like if you're saying adding some lighting or source lighting under the stones and like under the roof and stuff or whatever, I can learn how to do that and then kind of like come back to it and try it. Sean, do you live in on East Coast time? Okay. I definitely think that adds a little bit more detail than like the flat, harder to see obviously on this one too, but like how it's just kind of flat. I feel like that definitely adds a little bit more of a pop, which is good. Oh, you're in California. Oh, okay. So I see. You have a lot of time before bed still. Okay, because you were saying you're trying to make the stream longer. I was just curious what time zone you were in. Like rubbing, oh my God, I'm such a ding dong. Like rubbing all the green off of that one that I just did. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. I'm actually excited. It turned out, it's not done, but it turned out better than I even expected. I don't know what I was expecting, but okay. Okay, let's do a little bit of a wash over the claws and then we'll kind of do a little bit more dry brushing on the bottom. So let's use, I think I want like a brownish wash. I'm gonna go with this mild brown. Mel lives in Narnia, so it's like 10 p.m., which is midnight in Canada. No, it's not 9:03 for me right now. You know what? To be honest, I thought that I was gonna have to do another stream like to finish, so I'm actually super pumped. that we are like just doing finishing touches and stuff now, because I really thought that it was going to take longer. Okay. Oh, and actually, did I need to? Just a couple I just needed to fix actually before where I rubbed off. Okay. Then, what was I doing again? Oh yeah, washing. Jeepers. We'll just put a quick wash over the claws and nails. That'll just help also to buff out any like imperfections as well, because they'll be not as noticeable. Oh my gosh, Sivish says he looks amazing. My little one said she paints better than you, Mama. Oh, I was like, I don't paint. He goes, I know, burn. Oh no. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that's amazing. This is also when I can kind of see anything I missed and try to fix it up as well. Okay. Does darken them a little bit, which is totally fine, but it blends it in a little bit better to the wing. So yeah, Sean, I am jealous of you and Janet who live in the warmer parts of the world. I am jealous. Mind you, it is mild here, and it will be mild here still for the next like 2 weeks. At least that's what's forecasting. It's been raining a lot over the last few weeks, which is abnormal. Like usually it's would be snowing. So, I mean, I will take that. Okay, we'll just put the same wash on the nails. Okay. Okay, let's do a dry brush on the brick and see if we can get a little bit more of that detail to pop out. So I will use, I think I want to use, okay, I'm going to first use this uniform gray. I might go into, so I also have this ash gray. I might put that like very lightly on top of this one, but I want to see what this looks like first. Matthew says San Antonio is great if you want to sniff margarita and spicy food. Michael says I love spicy food. I love spicy food as well. But not like burn your face off spicy. But like I love hot sauce. I love jalapenos. I love that. But I don't want it to like burn my face. So like I can't eat or taste anything. If that makes sense. Alrighty. So I will get another dry brush. That's the same size. Oh, that's a 4. Oh, White Rabbit says, enjoy the spicy food while you can. Your body might not like it when you're older. Yep, I hear that's a thing. Spicy chips actually are the best. If I were to go like for a salty snack, I love like spicy salty. Yeah, like I don't want to have to wear gloves when I'm eating something because it's so spicy, you know? Or like for jalapenos or whatever. Or for, sorry, different kind of peppers. I want to be able to enjoy the spice. That definitely has added some detail. I'm going to go again. Let me see if I can go like. I'm going to go over with the lighter as well, the lighter gray, just over the top. This one I'm being a little bit more rough with and trying to get on some of the stones as well. So this ash gray is just a little bit lighter. I'm going to use the same brush, that's fine. Oh, spicy guacamole with blue corn chips is my snack of choice. Oh, okay. So my snack of choice. That's good. Yeah, that would be good. I like anything jalapeno spice, that kind of spice. I like hot peppers. There's like I like spicy quesos, spicy cheeses. Okay, I feel like that's actually, let me see if I can do it like this without the light. I feel like that's actually adding some nice detail to it, making it look more old and like, crumbly, I guess. Trying to really focus on some of this crumbly rock. Mel, on behalf of everyone here, I'd like to say I'm so proud of this piece. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, thank you. So now when we see it on stream, you guys can say, I was there. Okay, that looks good. I do want to, what is this color? Green, don't want green. Looking for my like gray, that's brown. Nope. There we go. Okay, what I want to do is just take my fine um, brush and I just want to take the gray and I want to fill in these windows with the gray. So it's like dark in the windows of this building because the building's like collapsed and just make like dark in there. I'll do the same on this side. Okay. Hmm. Wait, Rob says, yeah, I remember it was just a gray blob. I know, right? Oh my God. Just looking at it, I don't. Okay, I'm gonna do one final thing. One final thing. I'm gonna bring up the box again for a second. So I feel like we've pretty much have been able to kind of like mimic this, which I'm blown away by. The one thing I want to do is I just want to do a little bit of a dark dry brush on the horns at the top here. See how they're kind of like a little bit darkened? I just want to do that. And then I think we can do our ring around the base and he will be ready. I'm so excited. I really honestly thought this was going to take me one more stream to do. So I'm so happy. Okay, I have one more. dry brush. It might be too big for what I'm trying to do, but it's okay. It's a 6. But I just want to darken the horns. No, that's not working what I wanted to do. Maybe I need more paint on it. Let me try something. It's fine. No, I got another idea. We're not doing this. This is not working what I intended. Let's use let me try something here. I have this green tone wash, and I'm going to put a drop of like a dark wash in with it so that it's a little bit darker, because I wanted to kind of change the color a little bit. And we'll just kind of put this wash on. And then it'll be more like a natural coloration versus me trying to dry brush a color and change the color that way. We can use this and kind of darken it. Sorry, it's hard with the lights. We can just kind of darken it with a wash. Did I take a pic before? I don't remember. I don't think I took a picture before, but I definitely held it up to the stream. So I can just kind of take that image to do the before and after. Is that what you mean? And I'm doing like a heavy wash, but I'm doing that on purpose because I want it to kind of, you know, change the color. I want it to be darker. I do want it to pool in those areas more, kind of create more shadows. Yeah, never learn anything without trying something new. I know, right? I just try things, and if I don't like it, I just kind of move on to the next, try something else, experiment. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I think this will look good, or I think this will work, and then it doesn't. While I'm doing this, I had one other idea. I'm gonna do one other thing. I'm gonna take the green by itself, the green wash, and I'm just gonna go over the face with the green wash. So we can like add a little bit more detail. Also too, if I think that it needs another coat, I can put another coat on it after I put the ring. Sometimes with washes, if you put like a second coat. So now I just have the green wash by itself, and I'm just gonna put this just on the face. Was that the, yeah, okay. Just kind of add a little bit more shadowing to the face. The other thing too is I was holding this mini a lot, so this will help if I, you know, mushed any of the paint or like if I wore any of it off with my hands. Okay, and then the last thing that I'm going to do is just put a little bit of the brown wash in the mouth. And that'll just settle between the teeth. Put a little bit of this in, that will just add a little bit more of the detail there. Okay. Paint the door on the building. Let's see, where's the door on the building? Am I blind? I don't see a door. I could be totally blind, but I don't see a door, Matthew. I just see like the windows, like all these like little like window things. Ooh. Okay. Okay. We got our matte black, which I'm going to just do the base in the black. On the front, I don't even see a door. Am I crazy? Like I just see like all this is like crumbled. I don't see a door. If you're thinking this is a window because it's like these windows back here. I don't know. I could be going a little bit cuckoo though. Okay. So one thing with this is because I'm going to continue painting the characters. So this mini, at least now, is table ready. Like if this miniature shows up in scenario 2, we are ready to fight him. If there's details, like after things are fully dried, if there's like a few small little details that we want to do, like Matthew's saying, like the door, so maybe we want to put something around the windows, or we want to do another wash on the horns, I'm totally open in the next stream where we start painting the characters to do that first. So we'll let this fully dry as is. We'll see what the outcome, like what we're looking like. And then if we want to add a few more small details to it, like for example, like these parts, like maybe I want to paint them darker just to add more detail, we can do that for sure in the next one. Um, once everything's like fully dry and we kind of see how things fall. That's what I like though about table ready minis, right? Like you can put as much or as little details into them as you want and as much as you have time for. Okay. Did I miss some tail scales? Probably. Probably, yep. You did. We sure did. So let's get that troll claw. There's probably some all over that I missed because it's like the whole thing is jabbing and poking me. Yeah, like all these I didn't do. Wonder if I should have done these like a darker green actually instead of. That was a good catch. I completely missed these spots here. Well, that actually looks cool. Never mind. They probably were supposed to be green, but I was doing them like similar color to these. But I think they definitely like pop for sure. Wow. I just need to let them dry before I can put that same wash on them. Alrighty. And I am liking, it's still very wet, but I am liking the horns. I didn't want them to be too different. Like I just wanted them to be a little bit darker, and I think that's what we have achieved here, so that's good. But I think other than putting that wash, which I need to let these dry, which actually maybe I won't even put the wash on them because I feel like they stand out more. I'm still unsure, but so right now I'm going to leave it as is, but this is our dragon that we have for Descent, Legends of the Dark, Betrayer's War. Whew. Only took 2 parts. I really thought that this was going to take a lot longer. I am super happy with the way that this turned out. Oh my gosh, I was very, very intimidated when I first saw this miniature and I thought, oh my gosh, how am I going to, no, we'll leave some light on it, I guess. How am I going to paint this? And I'm so happy that I took a chance. I did it. I did it on stream too, which was like double scary. We experimented with some things, but I think the end result is definitely awesome. I think this is going to look epic with the terrain setup. I'm super excited. I want to, once we have a cool setup, I want to take some photos with this dragon. I wish we had the first setup still set up, but we do not. But yeah, that's definitely cool. I think there's some on the legs too, but maybe too much of a bother. I don't, either might be, you're right on the knees. We'll see. I'm not sure. I think I'll leave them for now. Like I said, what we'll do is I want this to fully dry. It's technically done. Like we are done. If this enemy shows up on our next Descent playthrough, we're good to go. If I'm looking at it after it's fully dry and I think, oh, I want to do one more coat of this or I want to do this small little detail, we'll do those small little details on the next stream. But right now I'm saying this is done. I'm happy with this. Looks great. But again, some of it's still wet, so it's hard to tell if I need another coat of something. So we're going to leave it. We're going to let it dry overnight. And then I'm going to take a look and see if there's any small little things that I want to do. In the next one, so right now, I don't think I have any paint streaks. Is that better? My microphone died? Okay, cut it when I start talking about the next paint stream. I think my microphone died. Um, Anyways, okay, so what I was saying was the next paint stream, I'm thinking about painting the characters. I have them primed and ready to go. We don't need to paint them. Again, we have characters in the base game that we can play with throughout the campaign. These are just going to be extras. So that's my plan right now is my next paint stream. But if something comes up, if there's a game that Rob wants painted, or there's something coming down the line, or something that comes in that we want to paint, then I will paint that. And then kind of bring those characters out in the meantime. Also, this guy is still kind of wet in some areas, so it's hard to tell what the full result is going to be. I'm super happy with him. I'd be super happy to hold it up on stream. And when people say like, oh, can you show me the dragon, whatever, I'm super proud of him. But if there's like small little details that I want to do after I see that it's fully dry, then I will do that in the next paint stream as well. So, oh wait, did you do the eyes? Can't see. Yes, yes, we do have some yellow eyes. I guess I didn't really hold it up like super close. I'm sorry. Again, the face and the horns and everything is still wet. So we definitely have some yellow eyes. And then we have our brick house that he's standing on. Like that for now. Let me just quickly catch up here. So far, all of the painted minis have kicked Rob's butt, so the paint is working. Nice, nice. Okay. You're not a streamer until it cuts out. Yeah, I don't know. I think my microphone died there. That's funny. That's funny. Oh, I should be proud. It's gorgeous. Thank you so much. Yeah, Michael, I do agree. Always good to step away with fresh eyes in a day or two and kind of see it, especially too, since some of it's still drying. Like I could get a fan, but I think with the time being, it's like 9:40 here. We'll let it dry. I'm happy with it as is. So if I do nothing else to it, it's totally fine. But if there's anything that, like sometimes Rob will look at it and be like, oh, can you just add this? Or maybe, like what you guys are saying, like, oh, there's this spike here or this door here or whatever. So maybe something that I didn't notice. And if he suggests anything, we'll add that on too. So yeah, we'll bring it back if we need to. But other than that, then it'll be playable on the next time the dragon comes in. Rob wants painted. You are the best wife. Mine tells me to go paint myself. No, he doesn't necessarily, he doesn't ever tell me to paint anything. He will always ask me if we have a game. He'll say like, do you feel like painting this or do you want to paint this? He never will say that I have to paint it. Usually I'm like, oh, can I paint that one? Or I usually say like, oh, I'll paint that, no problem. So it's more me than him for sure. But thank you. I'll tell him that he has the best wife ever. Thank you. But I think that's it for me tonight. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. That was a lot of fun. We got the dragon done in 2 streams. I thought it was going to be longer, so that's nice. We can move on to something else. Thank you for hanging out with me. I love having you guys to chat with while I paint. It definitely makes the time go by faster. Your suggestions, your comments, all welcome. Anybody watching later, constructive criticism, things I could have done differently or better, please let me know. I'm happy to continue learning. As we were talking about, I've been painting for a few years, but this is like a process that I'm learning and growing in. So all comments and feedback are welcome. But yeah, I think that's it for me for tonight. I'm not sure what the next stream is. I don't know if Rob's going to be scheduling those when we can chat about our schedule, but we'll definitely have some paint streams, some regular gameplay streams scheduled soon. So hopefully we see you in the next video, but have a great night and we will see you in the next one. Bye.